Welcome back on a Monday evening to the Dirt Racing Network. Live coverage. The Dirt Slingers Racing League Monday Night Thunder. Rockin' K Logistics 410 Outlaw Sprint Car Series. Round number 2 for the big boys. Port Royal Speedway. The lovely Port Royal Speedway. 21 drivers. Great weekly show car count. Expected a few more. Did not get a big car count. Give the guys a couple of weeks off, and they don't follow the circus train all the way to the next venue, I guess. I don't really know, guys. We're going to have a lot of fun. It doesn't matter. First show was amazing. Big Block guys always do a great job, and they showed again while they are the best of the best on the service. Now, time for the biggest sprint cars on the service. Get out here and show what they can do. This is a tough little place. This place starts to get slick. It gets real tricky real quick. And you get bumps going into the corners at turn number 1. And they can still be there in the middle of turn 1 and 2. It's kind of a hit or miss deal. So we'll see if these 21 guys can handle the challenges. Practice about to wind down, and then they go to a random draw. They do not qualify for their starting spots in their heat races. It is all pill draw. Couple of quick heats. We may have 3 heats, and then we're going to go into a short B main. No, actually, you know what? We are not. We're not even going to have. We're going to probably have 3 heats, but we are going to have no B main, as everyone in the server will make it into tonight's A main. 30 laps the distance. There was that bump. You saw Jacob Schmutz go over it in the 1J. So we'll be keeping an eye on that. Mason Hannigan was the quickest, 1482. Little Hurricane was the quickest in the practice session. His teammate second quick, and his other teammate, I think, was third quick right there. Let's get ready to run down our pill draw starting lineup for our heat races. We're going to line them up like this. The 90 of Trevor Royer will grab our pole position for heat race number 1. He'll have the 21 of Roman Gephardt on his outside. Doc Watson, the 6 car. Row 2 to the inside with Jay Schaff in the 3 on his outside. You're going to move to row 3, and you'll see Tiny Dancer Scott King in the 118 inside, and Gavin Chatham in one of the 24 cars. I think there's only one here tonight. He will be on the outside of that row. And then Noah Bowman in the 420 is going to start on the very back, P7. Everybody looks like they have made their call. That 420 car looks like they just pulled it out of the salvage yard. No decals, no numbers, no nothing. 24 on the tail tank. That is it. That looks like a borrowed tail tank. That looks like that might have the back of Josh Whiteman's car or something. Josh Whiteman, noticeably absent this evening. Guys, do not be afraid to say hi in the chat. YouTube, Twitch, Trovo, doesn't matter. Facebook, if you're on one of the services, make sure you say hi. We'll go around one more time. They're going to show them where the start line is down here in turns 3 and 4. There's a cone down there, or a mark on the wall. Yeah, I think it's right there. That line on the outside, the wall breaks on the inside. That's their start line. Flag stand well past the halfway point of the front stretch, so they will have a long time to get up to speed before they get down to turn 1. Hello, Deb. 14 below already up there. Oh, that stuff's coming this way. I'm not looking forward to that at all. I just came back from Central America and Mexico. I don't want this cold. So I don't know who ordered the weather, but cancel the order. I want to go back. All right, pace truck's out of the way, ready to get started. They come out of turn number 4. Trevor Royer is going to get on the throttle. And here they come. Passes the first time. Roman Gephardt a little out of shape. Royer to the top, big bounce out of the 90 car, and he's going to hang on to the front spot. Schaff moves to second. They'll go through 3 and 4 for the first time, and Royer out in front. Schaff second. Gephardt gathered it up, and he hangs on to third. Chatham into the 4 spot. Doc Watson working down the inside, and he had it for a moment. I think Chatham's going to get it back before they get to turns 3 and 4. Chatham off the lip. Man, it was close at the line. May have been a tie. Watson with the advantage out of 2. He's not going to be able to keep it. Loses the right rear a little bit. That time Chatham goes by. Watson is 5th. Bowman is 6th. Scott King. Quick exit for Tiny Dancer in heat race number 1. Trevor Royer yarding the field. You start that guy on the pole, you're really probably racing for second. You're going to have a hard time catching him. If he gets one of them weird pill draws where he's in the middle or at the back, Doc Watson, Noah Bowman into little shenanigans down the backstretch, and both cars will go to the infield. So we'll have 4 finish our first heat race. If you let Royer start out front, But if you start him in the middle or the back, you'll still see him come to the front. It just takes him a little longer, and he's really usually patient about all those things. Very smart. That's why he is about 10-time champion of the Sprint Car Series at DSRL over the years. So 2 to go, Royer. 1.4. He's over Gephardt. Gephardt got around Schaff. Gavin Chatham in the 4 spot. Top 4 do transfer automatically to the feature. Everybody else will work through a B main. We'll lock 12 in, and we'll find 10. Oh, we won't have a B main because we only have 9 cars. I think I said that once already. Checkered flag over heat race number 1. Royer, Gephardt, Schaff, Chatham, Watson, Bowman, and King. So Royer with a chance for pole position for tonight's 30-lap A main. Get ready for heat number 2. We'll look at our starting lineup. This is how we'll do it. It's going to be the 91 of Matt Grimm on the pole with the 71 of the Little Hurricane. Quickest in the practice session earlier. That's Mason Hannigan. Anthony Morano, 32 car, row 2 to the inside. He's got Ashton Mueller in the 33 on his right. You move back to row number 3. You see the 73 of Larry Moody inside. J.P. Scheider in the 5 car on the outside of that row. And then Roy Collins in the 62. He'll make up our 7th and final starter. Hannigan took the 7 off. It's the 1X here tonight. Red on the outside, blue on the inside. Gray all over in between. Good looking paint job on the 1X tonight. There's Larry Moody. Guys are going to go around one more time. They know where the start line is now. If they didn't watch the previous heat race where Royer started, that was about as perfect a start as we could have asked for. All right. Green this time out of 4. The pace truck will drop off about midway down the backstretch. And we will get these guys fired off. Middle of our 3 heat races. Everyone is going to make the show tonight for our A main. This is round number 2 for these guys. They have 10 race season. They alternate weeks back and forth with the England Farms 360 wing sprint cars. Be back in action next Monday night. Good a start from Matt Grimm. Hannigan was really close on timing it up. But he is going to have to fight to take second back on the high side around Morano, and he's going to do it. Morano is 3rd. Mueller is 4th, and Mueller's got the high side through 3 and 4. Morano still 3rd. Mueller may have an advantage here in 1 and 2. He goes away from the bumps and gives up the spot. Grimm got a slider from Hannigan. He crossed that over easily, goes right back to the point, but I don't think that battle anywhere near being finished. This time Hannigan goes by on the crossover. He'll have the lead getting into 1 and 2. Down the backstretch, and the Hannigan able to use the momentum line and keep himself out front. Grimm's going to keep it locked in the middle through 3 and 4. Good race to the line. Grimm that time. Grimm now surges ahead through the center of 1 and 2. Here comes Mueller. Oh, Mueller got in hot, got himself around. I don't think we're going to have a caution. He got it back under him. But he got into Grimm, and he might have took it away from Grimm. He got all his momentum. Matt Grimm going to try to fight back right now. Hannigan having it easy. Out in front, clean air, 3 to go. Here comes Anthony Morano and J.P. Scheider battling for 3rd and 4th. Morano will give up the spot, but Scheider in the 4th spot. Morano 5th. Moody is up to 6th. Or Moody is 5th, I'm sorry. Collins is up to 6th, and Mueller with a damaged car. Trying to hang on at the back. Meanwhile, at the front, Hannigan's opened up the gap. We're coming to the white flag. And Mason Hannigan looks like he'll cruise to an easy victory in heat number 2. Checker flags over the 1X car. Grimm 2nd. Scheider 3rd. Morano is 4th. Moody 5th. Collins 6th place, and a distant 7th is Ashton Mueller. So heat 2 already in the books. We'll move on to our final heat race. We'll line them up in this order. It'll be the 23 of Alex Rzazinski on pole with the 1J of Jacob Schmutz on his outside. Your second row. The other 32 car, Tom Ostendorf inside, and Garrett Boyd in the 21 sits on the outside of that row. Matt Westfall, flying Buckeye, inside of row number 3 next to Richie Gaines in the 11. Westfall will be in the 54. And our 7th and final starter for the final heat race of the evening, Thaddeus Marshall in the 83. There's Mr. Westfall. Boyd and Ostendorf right there, and then Rzazinski and Schmutz on the front row. Final heat race, these guys are going to have either a very abbreviated warm-up or no warm-up, and we're going to go straight to our feature this evening. It should be a very short intermission, and then 30 laps. Quick reminder about tomorrow night. Epic Racing Association once again in action. 8:30 Eastern for your start time. And this week is a very light week. I think Friday night we have a couple of races. I think Friday and Saturday we have a couple of races for the American Dirt Series. I'm almost positive that is true. So it'll be tonight, tomorrow, and not again until Friday this week. Midwest Truck Series on hiatus for a couple, 3 weeks here. All right, time to get ready to go racing. Rzazinski with the start. Schmutz went to the back. Elected to go to the back. That moved Garrett Boyd up there towards the front. He'll grab second. Gaines his third. Westfall. Big slider, and he grabbed 4th, but that's going to be taken right back by Thaddeus Marshall. Marshall's going to go up there and slide him, get 4th. Now Boyd clips the fence coming out of 4 a little bit, lost his momentum. Gaines goes by, Marshall goes by. He'll fall to 4th right in front of Westfall. Ostendorf behind that, and Schmutz is just a tick off of the back of that pack. But Rzazinski out front, and he is cruising away already out to a 1.1 second lead, 2 laps into it. Gaines not shaking Marshall just yet. Oh, big slap on the fence. I think that was Ostendorf. Slapped the row, contact, and Gaines out of shape. What a save. What a piece of driving out of the driver of the 11 car. He only gave up a couple of spots, got contact from Marshall. was waving it down the backstretch like the checkered flag. Boyd got by. Boyd hits the bumps in 1 and 2. That car gets away from him real quick, and that gives Gaines the opportunity to go right back into third. But Richie Gaines didn't hit anything. Kept the car underneath him. I think he just kept his foot in it and just drove out of it. Able to save that. Boyd is fourth, Westphal fifth, Schmutz and Ostendorf. And Ostendorf's car looks like it's damaged pretty good. That big slap into the fence probably bent the rear end or broke some suspension on that thing, and he is just trying to nurse it home. But Alex Jasinski, Gandhi, white flag coming out, and he's over 2.6 seconds ahead of Marshall, who's up to second now. Gaines still third, Boyd still fourth. It looks like we're going to finish in this order right here. Nobody close enough to make a move on anybody else right now. So Straczynski wins heat race 3. Marshall, Gaines, Boyd, Westphal. Then Schmutz. And Ostendorf going to come home way back there with a broken car in the 7th spot. But he is going to be able to nurse that thing home. He might make some adjustments, some new parts, and put her back out here for the feature. Because that is all that's left here tonight, folks. One more feature race. These guys have a little bit of warm-up. I don't know if they're going to let them on track or not. 60 seconds. They'll be able to make sure they have the right fuel. They'll make sure that they have everything else. I don't think they are allowed to go out onto the racing surface for any reason. We'll know in a minute. And actually, it looks like they are going to be allowed to go to the track. This will be very abbreviated, folks. I know it will not be a long session. I know the car count was down a little bit. They anticipated a bigger car count, so the rules were set up to have no warm-up. Just be able to roll the car down pit road and check your fuel. Guys want to work the track just a little bit. I'll tell you what, those bumps, they're in turns 1 all the way to turn 2. Man, you got to be really brave to get up there and go rip that. Let's see if the drone cam's going to work for us tonight here. We'll watch Mason Hannigan. And you can see that car hop around, and he just manhandles it to get it back online. Down here in 3 and 4, same thing. Tiny little bump, but he's able to go up there, get the right rear. Right to the fluff, and then just drive through the corner. Right there. That was what he wasn't looking for. Absolutely doesn't want that at all. That'll bend the car. That'll hurt your speed. There you go. Car bent. And he took a ride. Trevor Royer, meanwhile, not as scared of the top at all. Slider probably right here. Nope. Keeps it locked in. He and Jacob Schmutz have a moment in the warm-up session. So, these guys should be clearing the track here shortly. We'll get our big A main, the Rocket K Logistics 410 Outlaw Sprint Car Series on Monday Night Thunder with the Dirt Slingers Racing League underway for you. Going to be a little slim for a couple of weeks. A lot of our series are on break. Thursday night could very well be a Netcode Esports Mighty Midget Series night. We're going to check in with the boys and see what they're doing, where they're racing. We may do the popover. And bring the fun boys back on Thursday night for this particular week. All right, practice session. Pre-A main is going to come to an end. We are going to go right here trackside. And look at the starting line. What a front row this is. What a front 2 rows this is. You want to put Black Diamond Motorsports in a position to sweep the podium yet again on Monday Night Thunder in a sprint car series. Well, this is a setup for it right here. The 90 of Trevor Royer and the 1X of Mason Hannigan will be your front row. Alex Jasinski in the 23 will be inside row number 2 with Roman Gephardt in the 21 on his outside. Matt Grimm, the 91. Thaddeus Marshall, the 83, making up row number 3. Our fourth row, the 3 of Jay Schaff and the 5 of J.P. Scheiderer. Row number 5 is the 11 of Richie Gaines and Gavin Chatham in the 24 car. Anthony Morano, the 32. Garrett Boyd, the 21. A couple of big block guys that go at it on a weekly basis around here. In here going side by side to start the 410 sprint car A-main. In row number 6, Doc Watson, the 6. Larry Moody, the 73 in row 7. Row 8 is the 54 of Matt Westfall and Noah Bowman back there in the 24 car. And Rory Collins, the 62. Jacob Schmutz, the 1J in row number 9. Row 10 is the 118 of Scott King, and Ashton Mueller in the 33 will start next to him. And your lone starter on the final row in the 32, the other 32 car, that will be Tom Ostendorf. "30 times around under the green flag." Garrett Boyd appears to have missed the call for the feature. And I'm wondering, I don't have to wonder too much. I think I almost know for sure that his internet probably dumped out on him. And I'm sure he is extremely happy. All right, pace car. We'll get out of our way down here, middle of the backstretch, close to turn 3. And we are about to go green. Teammates on the front row. Royer jumps on the throttle once again. Gephardt with a problem getting up to speed. Clips the wall just a tiny bit. Contact behind. Caution coming out. Maybe not. Ooh, a couple of cars got in. Yeah, now we get a caution. Yeah, now we're going to get a caution. Scherzinski and Gephardt get together. Gephardt kind of got the worst of that. A couple of guys didn't miss him. A couple, 3 or 4 guys did miss him. It looked like Richie Gaines got a little piece of it. But we got a caution out of it. It kind of goes back and it starts. Let's get a little further out of there. Right kind of there. And it's close quarters racing. I think Scherzinski got up to the fluff, rolled off the throttle a teeny tiny little bit. That broke his car. Then he ends up stuck on the fence down there in turns 3 and 4. That's what actually drew our caution out. But the contact between he and Roman Gephardt started a melee. And unfortunately, lap 2, turn 2. And we're going to have our first caution of the evening. So, a couple of contenders. Probably not going to finish this. Scherzinski doesn't look like, and it was lap 1. It wasn't even lap 2. It was lap 1. Scherzinski looks like they may try to fix it and get out. Gephardt's got front wing and suspension issues. Mueller got a piece of that as well. He's got the same problems. And Richie Gaines looks like he has some kind of steering issue with the 11 car. So if any of these guys can return, they need to hurry up, because as soon as this goes green, they got to wait till the next caution. When you got a 10-week season and 9 of them count, sometimes you got to bring the car right back out there, even if it's not 100%, just to try to salvage some points. So we're going to get a restart. It's going to be Royer and Hannigan 1-2. Grimm and Marshall. Schaff and Scheider. Green flag back in the air one more time.
Green flag, green flag.
Royer with another great start. Hannigan going to go for it down on the bottom. No slider. He's going to try to pull it up off the bottom out of 2, and he didn't have enough momentum. Marshall to 3rd. Grimm to 4th. Schaff to 5th. Then Scheider and Chatham are side by side behind that. 6-7. Now it's over. That side-by-side battle, not a side-by-side battle anymore. Scheider has the advantage. Chatham in behind. Marano is 8th. And Noah Bowman, wow, Noah Bowman already 7 spots. Started 16th. He's inside the top 10. No sponsors, no numbers on the car. Matt Grimm out of shape. We're going to get a caution, folks.
Caution is out. Caution is out.
What happened to Matt Grimm? Tight racing down the front stretch. Into 3 and 4. JP Scheider got a little loose, brought the car down. Couldn't know that Grimm was there, I don't think. The car hit them bumps and it kind of moved down the hill a little bit on him. And he and Matt Grimm have a tiny little bit of contact. My personal opinion, that's hard racing, close quarters. The 5 car couldn't know the 91 was there. When the car jumped off the bump, he just had to follow the car. And he didn't have a whole lot of choice in that. Grimm was already set up in the spot, and there's nothing he can do at that point. Told you this place gets tricky. It gets a little slick, and it doesn't look super slick yet. But those bumps are just an animal down there in turns 1 and 2. And you either got to be a really brave soul and just go grit your teeth and hop over them, ride it out, get through 1 and 2, or you got to run a completely different line and run the risk that somebody else is a little more brave and they're going to go up there and use that momentum, because it is a big momentum swing, not having to pedal the car quite as hard to get around the top. 3 and 4 is not as bad. It's a tiny little flutter. That's about it. 1 and 2, horrible. It's like driving into a crater. So Richie Gaines still in the pits. Shazinski, Gephardt, Schmutz. I saw Richie Gaines was back on track. Now he's going to roll it back out. He is still trying to get some damage fixed. There's a points racer right there. Car may not be handling perfectly. Here comes Jacob Schmutz back out. Schmutz must have went in for something because he was on the lead lap. He was running back there in about 13th or 14th. But he was still on the lead lap at these guys. So we'll go back to it. Single 5 for the restart, and Royer once again perfect on his restart. Marshall through the middle of 1 and 2, stayed away from the bump, stayed off the very bottom. Now he's got to run down the backstretch, but not enough to go after Hannigan into the 1X. Here comes Scheider. Scheider got a head of steam out of 4. He's going to try to challenge Jay Schaff. We're going to have caution behind. Tiny Dancer. Did he break his tutu? Oh, that's not who we were on. We were on Murano, not Scott King. Let's go back. Yeah, let's get on Scott King. I was on the wrong car. Tiny Dancer in the bottom of 3 and 4. Up and out of the corner. Oh, and he found Doc Watson's left rear. As Watson was coming down, he was coming up. Same matter, can't occupy the same space at the same time. Basically, 2 tires can't touch is what I'm trying to say. So caution number 3, we are 5 laps into this feature. Did not think this was going to be that tough of a deal. 1 and 2 is the bad spot. So it will be Royer, Hannigan, Marshall, Schaff, Scheider, the top 5. Chatham, Bowman, Moody, Watson, and Collins, the top 10. Ostendorf, Westfall, Grimm, Mealer, King, and then Gaines and Schmutz coming off pit road will join the back of it. Still 17 cars. Morano, unfortunately, and maybe we jinxed him after the big block race because we congratulate him on the success he's been having over here in the sprint car series. He is out in 18th place. Alex Scherzinski is back on track after a long bit of repairs. But he's 3 laps down. Maybe he catches enough cautions. He gets some laps back and he can get back on the lead lap and challenge for positions. Right now, 18th might be the best he can do. And then Roman Gephardt and Garrett Boyd out of the event. So about to come back to the green flag one more time. Royer, Hannigan.
Green flag,
Good
green
start
flag.
for everybody in the top 5. Even 6th place. Gavin Chatham, that 99 car. Noah Bowman, not even the hard charger at the moment, but he's close. He's inside the top 10. He's 7th, but he's only picked up 9. And Tom Ostendorf, the other 32 car, has picked up 10 spots. Now he'll fall back a couple. So it will be Noah Bowman, your hard charger currently. Live hard charger.
All right, man.
Oh,
Caution is out.
caution. Matt Grimm has a problem. And Matt Grimm was not at the back of the field, but he was back here. He had Ashton Mealer and Rory Collins. Yeah. And he got a little too hot 33 car. Doesn't look like he's going to catch any damage. Just got turned a little. He should be able to keep going. Getting some information to and from race control right now. All right, it's still Royer out front. Hannigan, Marshall, Schaff, Scheider, then Chatham, Bowman, Moody, Watson, and Collins, your top 10 currently. That looks like Anthony Morano back on the backstretch. He might be waiting for the field to go by. He's going to be 4 laps down. Richie Gaines, once again, getting some more hammer time in the pits. Jacob Schmutz on pit road. And he's going to roll away. Must have had a little bit of damage to something. The right panel on the front wing. Pretty caved in. He may have suspension damage on that car. May have steering issues. So 19 of our 21 back on the track. Morano 4 laps down. Scherzinski shows 5 laps down. Wow, he was only 2 or 3 laps down a little bit ago. We're about to go back at green one more time here. The 2 Black Diamond guys out front holding it down pretty easily on every restart right now. That time Hannigan got a little bit rough across the bumps, and Marshall wasn't able to capitalize, but he makes a move down in 3 and 4. I don't think it's going to work out because too much momentum off the top. Keep Hannigan second. Schaff is 4th. Scheider is still 5th, but Noah Bowman is trying to go after him, and he's going to give up a spot because he went after Scheider, and Gavin Chatham took advantage of having to roll off the throttle and rolled right on by. Now, there goes Bowman by one more time in 3 and 4. Good racing back here mid-pack. Scheider and Bowman about to have a moment. Bowman is really flying across the top of 3 and 4. Man, that car is just finding grip and sailing out of the corner. A little cut down in 2, and it really didn't do a lot for him, but it might have been enough to get him close for a slider. He throws it in there all the way to the fence, and he's going to have the spot momentarily, but Scheider went right back past him, getting to the start-finish line. Royer? Well, Royer is in command. Trevor Royer is just driving away from this field. That time caught a little fence. The bump was a little rougher, I think, than he was ready for. This time through 3 and 4. You can see that got 1 1/4 seconds. Hannigan about 7/10 of a second ahead of Marshall. And it's a battle still. Scheider, Bowman, Chatham. 5th, 6th, and 7th. Bowman's got it now. A little slider getting into 1 and 2. Big run. He's going to be able to get past Shaft. Move Bowman to the 4th spot. 12 spots since we dropped the green flag. 13 laps remaining. Whoa, JP Scheider across the nose of Chatham. Chatham caught the push bar. They're going to drive away from it. No caution. Jay Shaft getting swallowed up right now. Bowman went by. Scheider is trying to go by, and so is Chatham. Here comes Ashton Mueller in the 33 as well. It's going to be 10 to go this time. There goes Royer across the stripe. Jay Shaft now back to 8th. Noah Bowman got himself a pretty fair cushion over Thaddeus Marshall as he moved himself to 3rd. Picked up yet another spot. Scheider now trying to work on the 83 car. Gets the run out of 2. I don't think he's close enough for the slider. Lap starting to tick off very quickly now. That time, a little bump to the fence coming out of 4 for Marshall. Scheider closed right in. If the door's open at the top, there goes Scheider. He's going to kick his way right through that. That time, cut down move. Middle of 3 and 4. That puts Scheider 4th. Marshall 5th. Chatham is 6th. And here comes Mueller trying to take that away, and he'll get it out of 2. Put him 6th and Chatham 7th. Jay Shaft still 8th. The lap car in between, that's Alex Straczynski in the 23. Trevor Royer out in front, and he's catching the back of the field. Those are lap cars. That's Morano, Schmutz and company. Maybe even a little tiny dancer, Scott King back there. The wave lap this time, 5 to go, 2 seconds. The gap to Mason Hannigan. Lap car right behind Hannigan. That's Doc Watson. We're going to drop back. Noah Bowman. Bowman been quicker the last couple of laps by a little bit. Not much, but just a little bit. Over Hannigan. He just got too much ground to make up. I think the laps will run out before he gets there. 3 to go for Royer. He goes past King. King 1 lap down in 12th. Gaines, Moody, Gaines, and Shaft, the next 3 cars, and I don't think Royer can catch any of them except for maybe Moody in the 73. 2 to go, the signal. Still 2 seconds. Trevor Royer, good look. This time, the white flag. Royer out of turn 2, down to the backstretch. He'll come through 3 and 4. Trevor Royer will win at Port Royal. The Rocket K Logistics 410 Outlaw Sprint Car Series on Monday Night Thunder. Hannigan second, Bowman third, Mealer will come home in 4th, and Marshall will hang on for 5th. Ten cars finished on the lead lap. Grimm was 6th, Scheider 7th, Schaff 8th, Gaines 9th, Chatham in 10th, Moody 11th, King 12th, Watson 13th, Westfall 14th, Collins 15th, Schmutz was 16th, Morano 17th, Straczynski 18th, Ostendorf 19th, 20th was Gephardt, and Garrett Boyd didn't make the start. I'm pretty sure he had internet issues. He'll get credited with a 21st place finish. All right, so we're going to start looking for our drivers to show up into the Discord so we can have a chat with them. Royer and Hannigan make it quickly. Noah Bowman. We're just waiting for Mr. Bowman to make his way. We'll give him a minute or two here. Another quick reminder about tomorrow night, 8:30 Eastern. Oh, sorry, Dean. Another quick reminder about tomorrow night, 8:30 Eastern, ERA, and their late model stock car series. Tune in for that. Off Wednesday, possible Thursday with the Netcode guys, and then Friday and Saturday, American Dirt Series. They got a 2-day show, I think, to close out their season. And now we have the driver of the 24 car with us. Noah Bowman, you there, buddy?
Yes, sir.
Man, impressive drive through the field. You end up not being the hard charger just because of the last couple of lap passes, but you picked up 13 spots nonetheless. You come home third tonight. I don't know, is Port Royal your jam, or were you just in the right places at the right time? Because it just looked to me like you were just driving by guys.
Yeah, I just tried to stay smooth and was hanging on for dear life. I don't know what it was. It just wanted to turn down the hill on me, so I was just trying to keep it up top as best I could when I would go up there. But yeah, just the cards fell right. Just some guys wrecked, some guys were just spinning their tires early, and I just kind of bided my time and waited for them to make them slip up. That way I could pass them.
Well, I have been thinking the whole night, that car doesn't have any kind of decals or sponsors on it, but I swear, not that long ago, not that many weeks ago, this car was adorned with all kinds of things. New car, old car, junk car, what's the deal?
Well, it was supposed to be a backup car, but it did get junked in that heat race. So, yeah, I don't know what my plans are next time. I just wanted to slap the wings on and have some fun.
All right, my man, well, give me some shout-outs and thank yous. We'll let you get out of here tonight.
I'd like to thank you for broadcasting it, Scott for admin in the race, and Indy Race Parts Esports, MBR Performance, Red Driver Marketing Solutions, and everyone who helps me out.
All right, my man. Congrats on the run. We'll look forward to seeing you back maybe for 360s next week.
All right, thank you.
That is a Noah Bowman. He finishes in third. Now we'll move on. I think tonight we really can get by with calling him the Tropical Depression. He ran second to his teammate all night long. Still an impressive run. I don't know if it's hurricane status when you finish second. Mason Hannigan?
Hurricane status? No, it's more like a tropical depression type of deal when you run second.
That's what I was saying. I think we call him the Depression tonight. I do got to admit, I like this car a lot. I like it's red on one side, blue on the other. It's a great scheme and a fantastic color combination. We're used to seeing you in the 71. Why the change?
1X on iRacing. It's got to be 1X on iRacing. I feel like it's been that for, I don't know. I think it's been since I started. I did 1X.
Well, that is cool. I mean, like I said, I love the scheme, man. It looks
life.
amazing. Looks amazing. Fantastic deal. You just didn't have anything for the 90 car tonight, man.
No, he was checked out. He was in a whole different universe. I don't know if he was in the Milky Way or a different galaxy or something like that, but he was checked. So, um, yeah, I don't know. I felt good in warm ups, and then I made an adjustment, and then I sucked. So, it happens. But yeah.
Well, a couple of good runs here for the 410 series. I know this is only round number 2, but even though your teammate wins tonight, you got to feel pretty comfortable with your couple of great runs this season.
Yeah, I feel like I've only raced about like 4 times, I think.
Yeah, but
been
only
four
a,
'cause of-
only a couple here in the 410s. The rest have been in the 360s.
I think this is my first 410 one.
Yeah,
I'm
I
about
thought you
like
were here
99.8% positive.
I thought you were here a couple 3 weeks ago when we
No.
ran the first race. Either
Where
way,
at?
now you're getting me to try to lie, and I don't want to do that live
I
on the
think
air.
that's just due to old age, pal. I think that's just due to old age. Starting to forget things.
You are right about that, my friend. You are definitely right about that. Well, awesome run nonetheless. Tell me real quick, that set of bumps down in 1 and 2, pretty evil. The 1 and 3 and 4, not so bad. Is it smarter to just grit and bear it, go through it, or really is there something you can do to kind of miss those? Because I saw a lot of guys, it ate them up tonight.
I don't know. I mean, at the beginning of the night, I ran right through it, ripped off a lap that was like unbelievably fast, and then as the night kept going, it just got worse and worse and worse and worse. So I don't know. You want to run. To me, I want to run through it. The harder you run through it, the faster you go over it. I mean, I don't know, but I don't think it was so bad you could not even do that. So then I tried sliding it. That wasn't fast. Then I had to run a little bit below it and not as hard. And then that was okay. But by then I figured it out, and there was about 5 laps to go. So I was like, well, I might as well just write the check to Trevor and call it a day.
All right, well, man, give me some shout-outs and some thank yous before we let you head out tonight.
Yeah, all the boys at Black Diamond Motorsports, Tim Sims, Velocity Race Designs, and congrats to Trevor on the win. Alec, I don't know what happened to him, but that's my stepbrother right there. So, yeah, hopefully he can get something together and maybe just get better. I don't know. I'm just kidding. He's pretty good. He just needs to not crash.
All right, man. Well, congrats on a great run, and we'll look forward to seeing you either next week in the 360s or in a couple weeks in the 410s.
So, yeah.
Little Hurricane Mason Hannigan finishing second tonight. Now we'll get his teammate, who is the defending 360 Series champion, up here. He just wires this thing, and he made it kind of, he just kind of yarded these guys tonight. Trevor Royer in 90 car was definitely hooked up.
The pill draw did me a favor tonight. Getting pull of heat 1 and then just being able to start out front, control the race. Mason started on the front row with me. We're sitting in Discord together. I thought he would have been all over me. Normally, when we race at Port, it ends up being a banger, but seemed like I was just a little better, and he was never able to get to me to make a move. So yeah, I'll definitely take this one, considering some of the races I've had here recently. Trying to fight through the field a bunch and getting caught up in some stuff. So this is I'll definitely take this one.
I said at the beginning of the night, you give this guy the pole for a heat race, he's going to start at the front, and it's going to be hard to catch him all night long. Everybody else probably racing for second. You proved me right, but I got to ask you about going around the very top, and you stayed married to that all night long. Turns 1 and 2, absolute animal to have to go through there because it was rougher than a cob out there.
Yeah, 1 and 2 is pretty treacherous. There's a nasty bump like right in the middle. It's been there since since we got this track, and my car was handling it pretty good early, and once I started moving my wing around, like it seemed like the further back I got my wing, the worse it hit the bump, but the better I was off the corner. So it's kind of I was playing with my wing a lot in that race, just trying to figure out where my car likes the wing, like if it was back, I was pushing tight on entry, but if I had it forward, I was kind of loose off. So Yeah, I was moving my wing around quite a bit in that race just to try to get a better feel, just to try to keep Mason away from me.
Well, it didn't matter what you did because you maintained a couple of seconds lead the entire night. Impressive run, my friend. Give me some shout outs and some thank yous, and we're going to let you get out of here this evening.
Yeah, my team, Black Diamond Motorsports, Ultimate Dirt TV, 19 Designs, Tim's Dirt Track Simulators, Roger, Scott, Larry, everything you guys do put this league on. Appreciate the broadcast every week and all the time and effort you put into making this league run. And everybody watching, hope we put on a good show for you.
All right, man. Hang around for a minute, and I'll catch up with you as soon as I close the show. All right.
All right. Yep.
That is your winner this evening. He's your defending 360 Series champion, coming up here in the 410s and making it look just as easy as he does down there in the middle car. Trevor Royer with the win tonight. That is going to do it for us here, Monday Night Thunder. 2 great shows. Guys did a great job all night long. It's fun to watch. I hope everybody in Viewerland enjoyed that. Make sure you tune in tomorrow night. Watch the Asphalt guys go around, chase each other. They always put on a great show. ERA, 8:30 Eastern. I want to thank you all for being here. Without you, there's no reason to do this. Without all the great leads giving us awesome racing like we saw all night long here, Monday night. Way to start the week off. Big pats on the back and high fives all the way around. Until we see you the next time. Peace and love to everybody. Keep the rough side facing down at all times. You got to keep it dirty everywhere.